Yeah. Rock and roll is here. Oh, are we on?
This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of Unscripted here with the man, the legend, Bill Apter.
That means we're on. We're live?
We're live, pal.
We are alive, pal. It's good to see you, Dr. Chris. What have you been doing wrestling-wise? You been busy?
Yeah, man. Been busy. Been very, very busy, man. Talking to some people, chatting with some people within the pro wrestling sphere about some things, and yeah, man, I'm not at liberty to share today, but maybe follow me on Twitter at Chris Prolific, and you might get some scoops.
It's a very, very quiet news week, but there's people always say I'm corny, but I'm not really corny.
People say that you're corny.
He is corny.
There you go.
And it's his birthday.
Oh, very nice.
It's his birthday. So yes. Jim Cornette, known him since he was a teenager. He photographed many of the Jerry Lawler, Andy Kaufman matches.
Andy Kaufman.
He did.
Kaufman.
You got it right. Finally, you sound like a Long Island kid now.
Andy Kaufman.
Are you looking for a bug or something in your studio there?
No, I'm not. I don't like my camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what live streaming is all about. Where is the wise man? Anyway, so Jim Cornette.
Okay. Go ahead and finish. Give me about 7 seconds. I'm gonna beef up my lighting a little bit. So go ahead, talk about Jim Cornette.
No, your lighting looks beautiful. Oh, look at that. Dr. Chris doing his impression of Kevin Owens, possibly, I don't know what he's doing there. He's in the corner. Maybe he's praying. He looks like he's praying to me.
There we go.
Oh, look at that lighting. That's incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Sports Kita, I don't know why I don't know. I mean, I have no type of say-so to their thumbnail choices, like my avatar choices. I had nothing to do with that Kevin Owens thing.
My live show tonight that was on the new Backstage Pass show.
Okay.
That was one of the thumbnails on there too. So,
go.
Look at that. That looks like a Dr. Chris heel.
Yes, indeed.
It does. I didn't know. So, just getting back to Jim Cornette and Wayne, thank you. Look younger tonight. I appreciate that.
You look wonderful tonight.
It's my lighting tonight. My lighting's nice. Also, I'm finding out that when it depends what you wear for how the lighting projects you. Sometimes if I wear dark colors, it looks better than light colors. But getting back to Jim Cornette's birthday, so he photographed, like I mentioned, many of the Jerry Lawler, Andy Kaufman matches and sent them to us at the magazines. Yep. Photographer, manager, just pretty well, at least for me, an all-round guy, good guy. I've been friends with him forever. And his managing techniques, the whole thing with his managing, it's amazing what he made out of a racket, in a racket called pro wrestling.
Yes.
What was do you have a, I'm going to tell you mine. One time in Puerto Rico, Jim Cornette was with the Midnight Express. They were wrestling Tommy and Eddie Gilbert. And I was taking photos at ringside, and they were coming after him at ringside, and he took me hostage.
What a heel. What a dastardly heel he is.
A dastardly heel, and he never apologized to me. He also when I sent him a copy of my book, he came out and he said, Bill Apter's book sucks because he doesn't bury anybody.
Was that a shoot?
I don't know. I didn't bury anybody.
You think he really feels that way? You think think your book sucks because you don't bury anybody? No. Yeah, and that's true. Bill Apter, for the sake of all things pro wrestling, if there's one person who's not going to bury anyone,
although you brought me to it a few times,
to the death.
You have brought me to it a few times. You have gotten me. You have psychologically doctored me into becoming the evil.
Yes. The dastardly Willie.
Yes, the wonderful dastardly Willie. What was your favorite? Did you have a favorite Cornette moment? Cornette.
Didn't like Cornette as a kid because he was a heel, so that means that he did a great job at what he did. So
memorable.
Yes, memorable. Yes. Why'd you say that? You want me to say?
I think you said you didn't have a favorite moment of his. Of course, he was a heel. Unless I mean.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna go.
I mean, a memorable moment.
Sure. So I think the most memorable moment from what I remember, man, that scaffold match when he fell off the scaffold and jacked up his tailbone, man. I think Big Bubba Rogers was supposed to break the fall, and he just went. He was dangling on the scaffold, and then just fell straight on his tailbone. Boom! He just fell down and just boom, just jacked up his tailbone. I was
there. Craig Peters and I were around the ring. We took pictures of it, and I don't think I ever heard in the dressing room more cuss words in my life in like 10 seconds than when he got back there.
Really?
But he had a good sense of humor. He's got that very sarcastic sense of humor. You talk about somebody who doesn't knock things. That's me. I'm the ultimate good guy that way. But Corny likes to take things apart in a very humorous sometimes way, and sometimes it's very Russo-ish.
Yeah, it's interesting because they beef so much, man, but they think so much alike. They're like bitter brothers. You know what I mean? Like they're like wow. they're like they beef, but it's like I love you, Vince. I love you, Jim. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, they're at the family reunion. It's like a big reluctant hug. Like, come on, come on. You know, they think a lot more alike than they give each other credit for.
You realize what a great podcast they could have called The Bitter Brothers?
The Bitter Brothers, yeah.
Absolutely. You're the one who came up with that, The Bitter Brothers.
Nice. Yeah.
What is it that still holds them from making peace? Didn't Russo say that he'd make peace?
Well, Vince, I mean, Vince has told me plenty of times he never really had any beef with Jim Cornette. Like it's not Vince's beef. You know what I mean? Like from what I remember, the big beef was the fact that Vince came in, took over booking and just revolutionized, just really changed the course of the style of booking. Jim Cornette's a very traditional good old boys type of booking style, and Vince is more crash TV entertainment. And so neither style is necessarily wrong. I mean, if I had a preferred style, it'd actually be Jim Cornette's because I'm more of a traditional guy myself.
I know.
But I understand Vince's motive. I understand his intent. I understand he was hired to raise ratings, to cause ratings, to really bring eyes to the product. Now, did he do that? Yeah, he did. So I mean, he did his job. He did his job successfully. You know, as far as just Jim Cornette has arguably one of the most prolific minds in the business. You know what I mean? Like he's someone who you talk about learning tree in AEW, like people need to be under the Cornette learning tree when it comes to the psychology of pro wrestling, when it comes to character work. I think he does a fantastic job and did a fantastic job as a manager, one of the greatest heel managers of all time.
Absolutely.
Really did an amazing job. A good manager should not usurp the attention, should not overshadow the character, the heel character. Typically, the manager should accentuate and boost up the characters that they manage. And I think Jim Cornette was one of the greatest people that done that. That did that.
Who was your? I guess I'll use the word favorite manager of all time, since from day one that you started watching until 11/19 tonight.
My favorite, or I think who the greatest is?
No, your favorite. Somebody you had to watch every time.
Well, many managers were heels, and I was a babyface guy. So, so I really didn't have Paul Ellering probably as far as favorite. Yeah, because he was. I mean, LOD is my favorite tag team of all time, and he was the manager of LOD. So I'd probably say Paul Ellering is my favorite manager of all time.
See, I'm going
to. Do I think he's the greatest manager of all time? No, but is he my favorite? Yes.
So who? It's almost like we're fishing here. Who was, in your opinion, the greatest manager of all time? Difficult, isn't it?
Heenan.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I think Cornette's up there, man. He's very close. Heyman's up there too. But yeah, I gotta go Heenan, man. Yeah, I got
Paulie Dangerous. You know, I'm gonna go back long before any of our viewers and listeners go to one of my favorite managers of all time, who was everything you said. He complimented the champion, and he spoke with him, and the champion was able.
Oh, we lost Bill Apter, and now we got to split me. Oh, there we go. We'll wait till Bill Apter come in. Till then, people are saying, thank you, Eric. I love you guys. Thank you for everything you do. Appreciate it. We got Freddie Blassie. We got Lou Albano. We got Grand Wizard. We got Cornette. Good stuff. All right. We got, speaking of legends. Oh, Bill went back out again. All right. I think Bill's having some technical difficulties. Of course, if you want to bring your comment on the screen, go ahead and hit that super chats. Super chats. And we will go ahead and put your comment on the screen. It looks like we got Apter back. We got Apter back.
Yeah.
Oh, he went out again, ladies and gentlemen. All right, load up some super chats, and we'll go ahead. We got a question here. What do you think? What do you guys think of the current state of Judgment Day? Do you think they can stay relevant after the exit of Rhea and Damian? We also got a shout out to JJ Dillon. Yes, the Four Horsemen for sure. He's actually one of the goats when it comes to the Four Horsemen. As far as the Judgment Day is concerned, I think the Judgment Day is just here we go. We'll get Apta's take on it first. As far as your thoughts on the current state of the Judgment Day.
So StreamYard has crashed on me 3 times today. 3 times today, and I don't know why, because it's the only thing that is crashing on me on my computer. And I'm now hardwired. When I was on Wi-Fi, it never crashed on me, and now that I'm hardwired, it's crashing on me. Why is this happening?
That's weird because it's funny because StreamYard always says, well, you should use the Ethernet connection. It's going to give you the best connection. But the funny thing is, like 2 or 3 times on my Lees and Overall show yesterday, it flaked out on me, and then I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I think it was like 2 weeks ago where it completely shut down.
Yeah, this is what it just happened to me.
Yeah, it's weird.
Very weird. Very weird. I might just go cell phone next time, like I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Dr. Chris, I only have 1% left, so have a nice evening. No, I'm just kidding.
Sayonara, here we go.
All right, where were you? We were talking about Paul Ellering and the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors.
Yep.
Where did you go from there when I blacked out?
Addressing a side chat question. What do you think of the state of the Judgment Day? Do you think they can stay relevant after the exit of Rhea and Damian? What do you think?
Well, I wasn't done with the whole the entire thing about managers, but
go for it, man.
I want to go for it here. By the way, can you just tell them about the super chats here? By the way,
I did already.
Excuse me.
Yep.
So
you're good.
When I was growing up, there was a loquacious manager who's no longer with us, and neither is his champion. But I wanted to be both the champion and the manager. And I'm talking about the champion was Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, and the loudmouth, loquacious manager was Bobby Davis. They were the perfect manager, champion, wrestler combination ever, in my opinion. All right. Now, I'm sorry. Let's go back to what you were saying. Hopefully I won't black out on my cell phone.
I doubt it. Cell phones are usually very reliable. So
yeah.
So, man, before we go to that question,
yes,
you are a part of the Backstage Pass team. Yeah. I was, they're working on something with me too, and that should be pretty fun. But you are joining Russell Votes, right?
Yeah, I did. We did our first live feed from 7:15 to 8 p.m. Eastern time today. It's awesome. Kind of like an Ask Apter thing. The weird thing about this show is Joey, the guy from WrestleVotes, doesn't want to show his face.
Yeah, he's anonymous, man. Yeah.
He's Joey Anonymous. And I've gotten a lot of comments from people saying, what's up with that? So I don't know.
Yeah, so Russell Votes, so he's the one who breaks all the inside news from the and his X account breaks the scoops and things like that. So he wants to remain anonymous because he's the one who breaks the scoops.
Well, he could put on a WrestleVotes mask.
He could do that. He could go in character, or he could send his colleague, and this colleague is this guy, the Black Scorpion.
Yes, I know.
Yes,
He told me about him. Now the next 2 Tuesdays on his show and on Unscripted, I'm going to be out on assignment, so I will not be here or there. So he will probably have his colleague there, and I know you'll line up 2 excellent guest hosts.
Yes. So actually, I'm gonna announce that after this. Announce who we're gonna have next week for the guest for Unscripted. This would be pretty fun. But before that,
yes,
wrestling fans, have you heard of the hottest new pro wrestling subscription? Check out Backstage Pass by Sportskeeda, where we bring together some of the biggest legends and insiders in pro wrestling. WWE Hall of Famers JBL and Gerald Briscoe are bringing their new show, What Were They Thinking?, where they take an in-depth look at some of the craziest moments in pro wrestling history, Bill. We also have the latest breaking news.
Before you go on.
Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead. Go.
That is hosted by What a Day Joe Lowry. Excellent host with that show.
We also have the latest breaking news and scoops in the world of pro wrestling via your favorite insider Wrestle Votes. That's what we were just talking about on his new podcast, Wrestle Votes Radio. And Vince Russo will be reviewing SmackDown on his show, The Bro Down.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, so he will be so there will be an unfiltered take on that, only on Backstage Pass, and of course.
Wait. Vince Russo, unfiltered?
Yeah, isn't that a shocker?
Bro.
Isn't that a shocker? Make sure to check out our weekly Q&A sessions, as well as legendary wrestling journalist Bill Apter's weekly newsletter, letter, and classic content on Apter's archives from
now. That's right here.
Yes.
Audio tape.
Audio tape from 1982.
Back from the 70s.
I didn't ask anybody.
There you go.
Do you know who that is? That's James Earl Jones.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, but no, wrestling interviews back from the late 60s, early 70s from my old radio show. Bruno Sammartino.
Okay.
The Grand Wizard of Wrestling, Captain Lou Albano, and many others.
Very nice. Very nice. Go check that out. Backstage Pass, patreon.com / Backstage Pass.
Now, it's free this week. If you go, you can go to YouTube, to Sportskeeda Wrestling's YouTube channel, and catch some of the shows, the pilot shows, right now on that channel.
Indeed. And next week, I will be bringing my guest host next week will be former WWE Tag Team star JTG will be on the show.
Yes.
And he will be joining me next week. So check that out. JTG is he's hopping on the YouTube train, man. He's almost got 10,000 subscribers already, man. So that's great. He's just sharing like just stories, just pro wrestling stories about his time in WWE, and that's starting to become a big thing, man. And so just started his YouTube channel a few months ago and almost had 10,000 subs. So he's doing some great work over there. So.
I want to know what the acronym JTG is.
Jay the God.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I didn't know that.
Yep, absolutely.
I didn't know that. So WWE has announced that in December, Saturday night's main event is coming back to NBC and Peacock. I think that's going to grab the casual fan now who's channel turning, looking for whatever they want to watch on Saturday night and say, oh, wrestling's back. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really, really good thing. I'm hoping that since Jesse Ventura has been romanced by them recently, that he'll be one of the broadcasters, because I think he's still got it in him.
They actually reported. It's been reported past couple of weeks that he'll be doing color. So,
is that official?
It's been rumored around the webs, so it's rumored that he'll do color, which I hope he does, man. The old school fan of me is a huge fan of that idea. I really wish that that happens and that Jesse Ventura does color. Who would do play-by-play in your opinion?
I want that Joe Tessitore to do it. The first week he was a little rocky, but the second week he's got that, and I've mentioned this before, he's got that Okerlund flair in his voice, and he's already adapted to this. This past Monday night Raw, I thought he was really, his game was up. But that delivery that makes you want to listen and want to watch, he's got that. The only other guy that they had for a while, and unfortunately he left, was Mauro Ranallo. He had that same, and I love broadcasters that have really good inflection, and he's got it. I think he's networked, and plus he does a lot of other sports, and I think a lot of fans will be familiar with him. Who do you think should be beside Jesse if it's Jesse?
Michael Cole. I think Michael Cole. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think. I think, like I said, I like Joe Tessitore, but as far as just his boxing and his college football, I don't think he was as. I don't think that he was rough as he was the first. I think there's some growth. I think we did see some growth on Raw.
Oh, yeah.
I just to throw him out in that Saturday night's main event, and just the expectation is going to be through the roof. And anyways, it's been 16 years since they've aired a Saturday night's main event episode, and then of course, the inauguration in '85, in about a 7 or 8 year stint. That was like that was the heyday of Saturday night's main event, man. Yeah. And Jesse Ventura was such a big part of it. I mean, heck, Bill.
Heck,
we bring back Vince McMahon to do play-by-play with Jesse the Body Ventura.
He is somewhere
in front of a capacity crowd. That was welcome everyone. That was his big thing. Welcome everyone. And so maybe we'll have.
I'm
maybe
back.
Could you bring Vince McMahon back? For old school's sake,
but
Vince McMahon, Jesse the Body Ventura, Saturday night's main event. So it'd be so funny about that because to me, I'm a little critical towards Saturday night's main event as far as the 2024 version, because I'm like, okay, so if it's not any different than Raw or SmackDown, I'm not really interested. Honestly, I do really hope that it's like a few times a year thing like it was before.
Yeah.
That's what I do hope that, but I just hope that the format just completely changes, man. And so I really hope
first of all, I think they're going to have a mixture of SmackDown and Raw talent. That's what I think. Number one. Number two, that new production team that they have, if they go with that production team and not an NBC rookie production team, I think it's going to look fabulous. I really did. This is their time that they're shining, and this is their time to shine even more and gain more casual people that again are just channel turning, and they're gonna see this and go. Their fan base hopefully will become even bigger.
See, I hope that they do what is necessary. So this is what I think is going. This is the reason why I think they're doing what they're doing. I think they're doing what they're doing to try to gain that national audience, to further create a clientele to move over to Netflix, because that'll just be a couple weeks before the Netflix deal. And so I think that they're reaching that NBC audience where they can get 20 million people and potentially and to bring them over to Netflix. Now, yes, you might get that. You might get a big first hour number, But here's my thing, man. I hope that you already have the viewer base like at the palm of your hands. I hope that they don't hit like a 7-8 million mark number, and then the quality of the product isn't as strong. They're doing something like an Ilya Dragunov versus a Bronson Reed or something. Just a random match. See, the old school Saturday Night Live crowd isn't looking for that. They're not just looking for the typical Raw and SmackDown format.
No, it's main event.
Where you're just throwing matches in there. They're not looking for that. So I hope that they don't have a drastic drop from hour 1 to hour 2 because of their current format.
Well, two things. Number one, is it going to be 1 hour? I would think, as opposed to 2 hours. I don't know.
I don't think it'll be 1 hour.
I don't either. I think
it was an hour and a half even back in the 80s.
And the other thing is, does NBC give a damn about Netflix?
No, but they give a darn about partnering with WWE.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't think that they
don't have to care about Netflix. If they care about WWE, and WWE cares about Netflix,
right?
Like they're partnering with WWE's partnering with NBC for what I think for the reason to bring the NBC crowd to the WWE, for the WWE to give them to whet their appetite for the Netflix. That's not a direct NBC Netflix type of affiliation. It's I want to use NBC's popularity, NBC's crowd to. It's like a business going out to a job fair or going out to a home show or something like that. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like a company's going to a bigger crowd, like in a convention or something like that, and showing and letting people know about their company in order to boost. So it's not like the company who's hosting the convention is caring about their, affiliation, whatever. It's just they're using a platform to bring people in. So if they really are character driven and focuses on that, okay, cool. I think that's a smart idea. But until then, if it's still that formulaic stuff that we see every week, I don't think that crowd that we've seen of yesteryear, I don't think they're going to remain attached.
It's going to be special. It's good. They're going to make it very special. And so. I'm wondering if they will be, their broadcasters will be able, since it's December, to say, you're going to be able to watch us on Netflix, because USA, where that show is not going to be on any longer, is an NBC owned property. So that really makes it interesting here.
But to be fair though, I mean they've promoted Netflix on USA though.
Oh yeah.
They've promoted their Netflix.
Well, wait. Let me go back to one other thing here. Yeah. If Jesse Ventura doesn't make that deal, who's the color guy for you?
Yeah,
well, who is it? I mean, they've got to have somebody.
If it's anybody in the current lineup, no color. Corey Graves and Wade Barrett are doing a solid job, but neither of them fit the role of like a Jesse Ventura. You need that Saturday Night's Main Event larger than life color commentator character.
Is there someone there that we're not thinking of that could probably do that?
No, and you know who they just signed a legends deal with Armando Alejandro Estrada, who used to manage Umaga, and I think that he would be a character strong enough to have a color role as far as just character wise.
Maybe character wise.
Yeah, but that's what a color. See, look again. We're talking Saturday Night's Main Event here. We're talking a color commentator has to have a very strong character.
Yes,
Wade Barrett or Corey Graves don't have that flamboyant character to fill a Jesse role.
I know who it's going to be.
Who's it going to be?
And I'm not a huge fan. It's going to be The Miz. It's going to be The Miz. Yeah.
He does.
If Jesse's not there, it's going to be The Miz.
Oh no!
I know. I've got the same reaction. But
he does. His character definitely isn't flamboyant enough to fit a Jesse Ventura role. That would be, no shade to The Miz. I mean, he's been there almost 20 years, but I mean, no.
But how much of the audience is going to remember Jesse, unfortunately, a lot of those fans have moved on and they don't watch this
No,
anymore.
I would say a significant portion would.
You think
I
so?
would say,
Okay.
I would say a significant portion would know Jesse Ventura way more than the Miz. That's for sure.
You think so?
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Well, if it's a WWE more current fan, the last 5 years or whatever, then the Miz is his guy.
Yeah, but that's not the NBC crowd though. The NBC crowd is they're not going to draw people who already watch WWE. Like if you have to understand, like only 1.7 to 1.8 million people watch wrestling a week. So that's for Raw. About 1.9 to 2 on SmackDown. So that's not a lot of people, comparatively speaking. NBC crowd, the main events, back in 1988 had 33 million people, and that was 36 years ago, almost 37 years ago.
Yeah.
And so just imagine the ability of TVs expanding now, and households, even more people are watching NBC. So you have to think like that's only a less than 1% of people that could be watching the show, and a lot of those NBC show, people. They're nostalgic, man. That's the reason why they probably left.
Are they going to put it on? What time do you think Eastern time they're going to air this? I don't know if that was. I don't think that was in the press release.
I would bet more. I would bet like an 8 o'clock.
More so than like where Saturday Night Live would be.
When they did the revamp around like 07, 08 time, I think it was an 8 o'clock time.
Okay.
But that would be cool if it was 11:30. You know what I mean? But I mean, I wouldn't be watching it live, but it would have that nostalgia feel to it. But yeah.
Well, they might go totally modern and like put a plastic bag over someone's head. You never know.
Oh no, that would be absolutely
no. That will not happen. I still can't get over that.
That'd be horrible. All right, let's address this real quick. Roland, I think that Chelsea Green would make an excellent manager. She should sit under Heyman learning tree to be a likewise classic big stable manager. I don't think that Chelsea Green would make an excellent manager. I think she's an excellent character. I put her like in the Santino Marella pocket. I think she has a very Santino-esque feel to her. I think she's being miscast as a heel right now. I think the fans are ready to really like her, and I think that they should really give her, if they had a women's mid-card championship, they do at NXT. Maybe she can become the NXT Europe, what is North American champion as a babyface. You know what I mean? That would be pretty cool. Or
color commentator.
If they brought a mid card championship in the WWE, I would give it to her. And I just think she should be a heel, a babyface.
You know what? We're not thinking of something here. She just, I said color commentator, kind of joking because of her personality. But maybe it's time for a woman color commentator. Who would that be? Is that somebody like Trish Stratus, maybe?
No.
Or
we already had that. We already had that with Renee Paquette, and it was a big.
I forgot about that. Right, right. Is there a woman on the roster who that would be an excellent position for, or a third person in the broadcast booth? I think a lady in the broadcast booth. Even the third person would be really good.
I don't think so.
I do.
With Renee, it was a bad call.
Yeah, but it was
a bad call.
I'm pulling for the women here. I think they should have a woman in there.
So just because you're pulling for the women doesn't mean that they should have a role that's probably not conducive to a woman. I mean, like as far as just what we've seen. Not saying that.
Well, not a color commentator. I'm just saying as a broadcaster. There. Reporter. Well, they're probably going to have the same.
Jackie Redmond's, she's doing great. Yeah, I mean, Jackie Redmond's doing great. I see that. See, that's my thing, man. It's okay to me. It's okay to like say, okay, well, sometimes there's certain people who are better roles. Like, I think, for instance, a woman like Jackie Redmond is doing a better job than like a Byron Saxton when it comes to that correspondent type of backstage reporter. I just think that there's like a presentation, like just an elegance that comes with what we've seen with the backstage reporter role that I think that's like a Jackie Redmond.
No, I agree. I think that having a one of those terrific ladies backstage as the backstage reporter will be excellent.
Yeah, I mean that's why I think Jackie Redmond's doing well. So I think that would be cool. Now Trish Stratus and Lita. No, man, just
not Lita. Trish, I think, has a more outgoing personality than Lita does.
Yeah, but not from a. I wouldn't have like. The more you have like a Trish or a Lita be present too much, the more that takes away their Hall of Fame mystique.
Okay.
So I wouldn't do that. Okay. All right, let's do this before we go. Roland Bonet and Pat McAfee would probably be available that night for Saturday night's main event.
Oh yeah.
I doubt it because he'll be.
I would say that is he under who's he under contract?
No, he's with college football now.
Yeah, but you know what? If he's available that night, that's the guy they're going to bring for color.
He's with college football now.
I know that.
He's on pause until January, so he won't be.
Well, January's when this. No, it's December that it's going to start.
14th. Yeah.
Well, that just hit me that he and Michael Cole might be the team.
No, he's not. He's McAfee's not. Like I said, McAfee's with college football. He has a contract with ESPN until January.
And there's always a way out. One night, there's always a way out.
Not if ESPN is saying no. I mean, like that's like saying WWE is saying, you know what, let's come on back and for WWE, you know, for your. No, I mean, if he's under contract, he's not going to risk, you know, being a part of Saturday night's main event.
I'm saying I know, but I don't know. You never know what can work out in business, folks. Now, before we leave,
that's going to happen. All right, let's do this real quick. We're way over time. Roland, $2. Aren't all great managers also great characters?
Yes.
Yes, they are, but at the same time, not all great characters are great managers. Though.
That's true too. Before we leave, Dr. Chris, because this could change the whole mode of how I do this, how is the quality on my cell phone?
Yeah, just fine.
Yeah, lighting's good. All this is good. So I can now, if I do this, I can take us on a tour of Apter's Alley one night and show everybody all around.
All right.
Yeah, maybe my computer StreamYard days are over.
Okay. Well,
I don't know.
Perhaps. We'll see. Until then, Bill Apter.
Yes, Dr. Chris.
Apter Run Wrestling.
Now, do I look this way?
There you go. Chris
Dr.
Prolific.
Chris?
Yes, I should do that. Yeah, Chris Prolific. There you go.
See you at the matches. That's a wrap.
So long.